Right, what have I got today? It's a big bush. In fact, it's such a big bush and a thump, it won't even fit in the frame here. So here's a little clue as to what it is. I mean, you know anyway from reading the title, but it's a nice German tool. Here's the wrap that it comes in. So this is the, now I don't know how to pronounce this because I'm not German and I'm usually okay with some German stuff. So correct me down below, all the German people, I do apologize. I'm going to call it the Pferd or Pferd, I don't know. Correct me down below, I do apologize in advance. Okay, so I've done this in 8K. I realise not everyone's got an 8K TV or a monitor. All my monitors and TVs are 4K and HDR and all of that, but I've done it in 8K to try and get as much visual fidelity and quality as possible because we're looking at something with fine markings on it. So this is the 520WR, as you can see here, 520WR. The actual, trying to find this on the website was a nightmare, partly because they're such a big company. They've been going since 1799, German company, still family owned, 225-ish years they've been running. So they've got a hell of a lot of stuff. I'll put a link down below for all of the machinist files and things like that, which is what we're looking at. There was like 48 pages. It's incredible. And each page has got millions of, it's unbelievable. Have a look in the comment section. I've put a link. It's a massive PDF, and I'm not even going to attempt to cover it. So they do a lot of stuff. They do stuff in aerospace, robotics, all sorts of stuff. But we're concentrating on this. So the actual item number is 11801520. So if you look for that, you might not get it unless it's like a manufacturer's listing on a third-party seller. Okay, so it comes in this nice sort of, it's PVC, but it's nice and it's thick and it's good quality with decent hook and loop. It works. And the reason I like to see this with files is one thing that really annoys me is when people get files and they go, that's a wonderful file, and then they throw them all in a box together and clang, clang, bang, clatter, and the problem with that is they rub on each other, and a file is doing its job and it'll rub on another file and other tools, and it ruins the surface. So anyway, I'm not going to go on about that. Right, so hopefully you'll be able to see everything. So I'm going to do this upside down, so I apologise about that, but it's the only way I can fit it in the frame. Okay. So like I say, German family company. Now these are a set of, they're calling it like a mixed file set. Sometimes it's referred to as machinists, although you can use some of them on wood. So handles straight off. These are I think they call these the Pferd ergonomic handles. I really like them. So we'll take this first one out here. Get a nice close look at that. What I like about it is the hard plastic is minimal on it. So the hard plastic is here. So listen, that's the hard plastic. And here, and then it loops around. I like holes where you can hold things and put them on a wall and hang them up so this isn't getting banged about. And all of this, listen, is rubber. So I'll try and make an impression with my thumbnail. So I'm pushing in there. So get that to focus. There, can you see the mark? So it's very soft. It's a bit more tacky and a bit harder than PB Swiss handles. Now, PB Swiss handles are exceptional, really, really good quality. So it's well up there with that, really extremely comfortable. And it does have enough angles on it. So can you see? There's enough angles, so rolling isn't really a problem, so it's not going to roll off. So very impressed with that. I mean, obviously, something with a square head like this is not going to roll off, but when you've got a round one, squares and rounds and things like that, you do get that issue. So let's get a close look at these, and we will start with, they're all 8-inch, so that most of them are coarse and one of them's fine. So you start with, so let's have a look at this one first, if I can get this out without knocking everything over. So this is an 8-inch square, and they are saying this is coarse, so I'm going to get a nice close look at that, and I'll rotate slowly. I've done this in the highest quality I can get away with. Like I say, I've done this in 8K, 30 frames a second there, so you should be able to zoom in and get a good look at this. In fact, there, nice and close there. Look at the quality on that. I'm yet to find an issue with it. Most cheap files, you look and you go, who finished? Who did that? Was it the guy's first day on the job? I mean, this is, you'll get that on all files where you're doing a cross section. So you'll cross one with and you'll cross the other. That's just where they haven't fulfilled that cross there. But obviously, the working area is absolutely fine. But look at that, right up until the tip there. Beautiful. No fold overs where the quality control is lacking. And that's really, really sharp there. I'll try and get as close up as I can there. Typical German tool quality there. Beautiful. So that is your 8-inch square course. And you get a round as well. So again, 8-inch and course. So we'll get a nice close look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. So any machinists watching this, I'm sure you know way better than I do the advantage of a quality piece of kit. So they are claiming that all of these will do aluminum or aluminium, depending on where you are, brass, bronze, cast steel, copper, zinc, cast iron. And in regards to the steels, they are saying that these will do up to, I think it's 370 HV. And they also quote, it has to be less than 38 HRC. I presume that's the Rockwell scale there. So as long as it's less than that, this will cut it, which is beautiful. So that's the round there. Then you have a flat. So they call this, it's a traditional hand file. So we'll get a nice close look at that. And you can see they are marked Pferd there, and they have the name on there. And they've all got the same handles there. Beautiful. Let's get a nice close look at this. Again, workmanship, stunning. I love seeing that on a file, because I've had so many cheap ones. Flat on the side there, no markings obviously. And up there you've got a singular line. So just so you know that. So on one, it's undone, it's left bare. And then on that side, this is the flat hand file. Okay, so beautiful. Nice piece of kit. Let's look at it from every angle there. Brilliant. That's that one. And the next one is a rounded off, well, they call it, I suppose I would call it a half rounded, and what they're saying. Again, 8-inch, and this is a lighter rasp, not the, it's more of a file than a rasp, this one. I would call this a file. But it is a half round. In other words, if you look at it from there, you can see it is, well, if I could get it to focus, it might help. There you go. So half round as in it's flat, and then you get the half on the top. Beautiful. Very, very nice. And again, quality spot on there. And there's the emblem in there. And as you can see, nice, if I get it close up there, that looks like it's etched in with, is that lasered in? Not sure. I'll have to look that up. Beautiful. And then the last one is what I would refer to as a half round rasp, again 8-inch. So very aggressive. I'll be using that for wood. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. I cannot see any defects or press overs. I mean, a few of them might have a tiny burr on them. Let's get it as close up as possible there. Can you see? But pretty good. So very impressed, and again, German tool company and family owned. Brilliant. That's what I like to see. Look at that. Spot on. So I've had a good look at these. I used that one a little bit, but it's early days. I don't really want to give a mark on these, even though this is classified as a review. I'm reviewing them, saying I really like them. The handles, extremely impressed with them. The reason I went to have had a look at some of this company's stuff is, and I'll turn that over just so you can see, there you go. Someone in the comments section, I can't remember which video it was, I get through thousands of comments, and someone says go and have a look at them, and so I'm glad I have. So thank you very much. You probably know who you are if you still follow the channel. You'll see, you can stick your comment down below, and he says have a look at these, and he was completely right. Excellent quality, beautiful. I love these, and I will look after them. I certainly won't be banging them all together in a drawer. They will be kept in here, or I may hang them up. I'm not sure. We'll see. Depends on where I will be using them. So there's a nice close look for you. So again, done this in 8K. I hope that helps everybody. I always aim to try and get the best quality on what the tool looks like. I'm not one of these channels who sits with my ugly face and, in the prominence of the frame. I want people to look at the actual tools. It's bad enough having to listen to my voice, so I try to make this as detailed as possible. There you go. Very impressed with these. If anyone knows of any better makes, stick them in the comments, and I'll certainly have a look at them. Right, I've tried to keep this quick. I'm not going to give these a full mark. Not yet. I want to try them a bit more. So this is the Pferd, I'll call them. I hope that's a correct pronunciation. 520 WR. The proper number for that is the 11801520 Machinists set. And they do loads of different sets, so I'm very impressed with that. So good stuff. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm going to go out now. Good night.